Remember, ISRO is somebody who's playing with big rockets like PSLV and GSLV. Now they have entered SSLV as well, and we have the mission director responsible for it. Thank you so much for speaking to you today, sir. So about the SSLV launch and the idea behind it.
We had, if you look at the small satellite industries, especially the satellite industries, the satellites have become very small, and there is a demand for launching small satellites. If you look at the trend which is projected in next 4 or 5 years, around 6,000 satellites have to be launched. You already know that Starlink has already launched so many small satellites, and already it is occupying the space. So there is a tremendous requirement of small satellite. Keeping that in mind, and also importing that we also need to have small satellite. We are gone ahead with the development of small satellite launch vehicle, and the consideration which was given at it should be a low-cost vehicle, quick turnaround time, and it should be an industry-friendly vehicle. So that was the design drivers which we have achieved with the development flights. We have done 3 development flights, and all these aspects we were able to prove in these development flights.
Compared to the normal PSLV and SSLV, what is the actual time frame that is required for building one, and what is the percentage of cost that would be different?
If you look at the operations at SHAR or Sriharikota, once you comes to the launch pad, in 15 days' time, we will be able to prepare the subsystem, whereas the other launch vehicles will take much more time. And once the subsystems are prepared, we are able to do the launch pad stacking in 24 hours. In fact, for D2, we took 36 hours, but this time in D3, we have demonstrated that we were able to do it in 24 hours, and the systems could be made ready, and it could be checked, and in the next 2 days we will be able to launch. So in 48 hours we will be able to have the launch possible. That's the way, the basically difference between the other operational launch vehicle like PSLV and Mark 3 and SSLV. The cost-wise also, we are using many of the systems which are indigenously available, and the design also, we have seen that it is an industry-friendly design, and some of the systems which we are using commercially off the table items, COTS items. So that way the cost has been tremendously brought down. I can say a ballpark figure, it is almost 1/5 of the cost of PSLV.
Absolutely. Just like you mentioned, Starlink seems to be one of the major players occupying that space, and their USP is relaunch vehicle. So this one, compared to that, how is it going, SSLV going to fare, and why do you think the private players would opt for an SSLV?
Precisely, this is a launch on demand vehicle. So what you look at it, once they have the entire carpet of the small satellite laid on the space, there would be a requirement that they need to be replaced if there is an issue with the satellite. That's the place, that's the role which SSLV is going to play. That is, we will be on demand, we will be launching the satellite which will be replacing a satellite which has gone out of orbit and which is no longer useful. So that's the place, that's the role which SSLV is going to play.
So much for talking to us, sir. That was the mission director, Vinod, and he has given a very clear answer that ISRO is also now turning out to be a competitor for Starlink. Jiven, from Madhav, for today.